Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful, simple little wreath ornaments. Now, this was made with this beautiful grosgrain ribbon with the embossed snowflakes on this, and this is from Debbie's shop, and Debbie's shop is on Etsy. It's called Ribbons, Buttons Galore, and I'll make sure to give you her link down below in the Show More drop-down bar, as well as on my blog. And Debbie has some gorgeous ribbons and resin pieces, and they're so inexpensive. I would really love for you to check out her shop. And of course I used Debbie's beautiful German glass glitter on here, the clear one in 70 grit. And I'm so proud of myself because I made this little bow here. And if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I'm terrible at making bows. And I discovered a very easy way to make this. So at the very end of this tutorial, I'll show you how to make this. And I guarantee you, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And of course there's felt on the back. And I also have a friend I would love for you to check out her channel. Her name is Nurse Tara 04. And she has been such an inspiration to me. She has some beautiful wreath ornaments on there, as well as keychain with bead dangles on it and shaker cards. Everything she makes is so lovely. And I'll make sure to put Nurse Tara 04's link in the drop-down bar below, the Show More one, as well as on my blog. And I really encourage you to visit her site and subscribe. And just tell her Happy Bird sent you. So with that said, I'm going to show you some of Donna's beautiful ribbons that she sent before I get into my tutorial. Okay, before I start my tutorial, I wanted to share something with you. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I don't do this that often, but when I find a really good seller on eBay or Etsy, I always share the link with you guys. Well, do you remember the FOE pendant that I made with the FOE ribbon? Well, a gal by the name of Donna Dorman is the one who sold that to me. And she has an Etsy shop titled Ribbons, Buttons Galore. And she has all kinds of gorgeous ribbon, and her shop is just amazing. She has some wonderful resin pieces and buttons, just beautiful things. And one thing I love about her shop is everything is just so inexpensive. You won't believe it. So I really encourage you to go to her shop, ribbonsbuttonsgalore.etsy.com. And I'll also place a link down below in the drop-down bar. The drop-down bar is where you see the words that say Show More. And it's a little ways under my video. And if you click on those words, the drop-down bar will open up for you. And you'll have her link down there. And I'll also include the link on my blog. Okay? So with that said, I wanted to show you some of the ribbon that Donna sent me. This is a grosgrain ribbon, and I really love the quality of this. You can just feel the quality in your hands. These little snowflakes here are embossed, and they're so nice. They're not going to rub off or anything like that. Just beautiful ribbon. And she also sent me the same ribbon, but in a red and silver, and I thought that was pretty as well. And I'm looking forward to snooping around her shop a little more, because I saw some really unusual prints that I just loved of ribbon, and I also saw some really cute resin pieces. Now this is another pretty grosgrain ribbon, and this has roses on it, and this is such good quality. And I thought this was pretty as well. I love the little roses on here. And we're going to do this tutorial with the grosgrain ribbon. And I'm planning on other tutorials as well, using some of this ribbon. Isn't that pretty? Just beautiful. And if you do hair ribbons for little girls or anything like that, this would be a wonderful place to shop. Isn't that cute? And once again, the embossing on this is so nice. You can just feel the difference. It's not going to chip off or flake off. This is really cute. This says, "It's my birthday." Little owls. And then we have a really cute little snowman. That's really cute. And here's another snowman right here. These adorable prints. And then we have this in the red. I should just showed this to you in the green. She had such unusual ribbons though on that side. I can't wait to go back and look. And here's Santa's buckles. And then we have some Frozen ribbon. A lot of character ribbon too on her site. Isn't that cute? And these beautiful little butterflies. It's so nice. And then we have some snowflakes. And this looks like blue jean ribbon. That's nice. And these pretty little poppies. The colors are nice and vibrant too. I hope you can see that. And then she sent me some beautiful FOE ribbon, and this is the ribbon. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. This is the ribbon that, the FOE ribbon that I used to make the pendant necklace. This is just beautiful. And it's nice and strong. I really like this one. And then we have this ribbon right here. Isn't that pretty? I love it. We have some more of this. I'm glad she gave me two of these because I will be using this. And then she sent this beautiful FOE ribbon in the little breast cancer awareness print, the little pink ribbons. And that's embossed on there too. Very nice embossing. This would be adorable as a pendant necklace. And you could make little elastic bands for your hair. You can make several of them and tie them here and put them on a card for fundraisers. And she has a lot of different teams. This is the Broncos. And isn't that pretty? I just love all of her ribbon. Isn't this cute? And this is a little nice fun print for Christmas. And we have another pretty one here, the green, the red and pink roses. That's lovely. Oh, I like this one too. This is a real pretty blue. It's almost like a cobalt blue with little pink roses. So many possibilities. These are little stockings. And some more floral. And some pretty red roses on this one. Beautiful pink roses. Different shades of pink and cream. And then this is nice and bright. Isn't that pretty? And then this is also very pretty. And then the last one is like this. And before I forget, you know, besides what I mentioned, the buttons and resin pieces, and there's a lot more, believe me. You'll see when you go to her site. She also sells this beautiful chain, and it's so nice and lightweight. It's perfect. Just absolutely perfect for this upcoming project that I will be doing with you. And I'll show you what that is all about in a moment. So when you have a chance, take a look at her site. I think you will be extremely happy with what you find. Okay, so now we're on to the tutorial. Okay, so to begin with, you're going to need a shower ring, and I used a clear shower ring, and this is by the Mainstays brand at Walmart. And just make sure that they're hooked like this. And I found this really cute image on a Dollar Tree card, and I picked up a package of these cards at the Dollar Tree, of course, last year, and I just noticed that they're back, the exact same image. So I'm going to set this about like here, where I want the image to be. And then I'm going to take my mechanical pencil. And you know how I love these mechanical pencils because you can really get into there. And I'm just tracing the outline. Like so. There's a little notch here, but okay. I'm going to just rough cut this. And I believe there were 16 of these cards to a box. Okay, I'm just going to go all the way around. Like so. So we should have this. Okay. Now let me see how it will look. This will actually be at the bottom. So yeah, that looks really good. So I'm just going to set this little image aside. And I had a hard time deciding which ribbon to use. There were so many pretty ones. But I went for the red one with the silver embossing on it, a little snowflake. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start down here. And I'm just going to put a little line of hot glue. And then I'm going to lay my ribbon right at the top here. Now we're going to let that dry a little. So let me blow on it. Just enough to where you can feel that it will hold on. Okay. So now I'm just going to slip this through, and I'm going to wrap it, but I'm going to kind of pull it downwards. So I'm going to wrap it at an angle, somewhat at an angle. And as you can see, I'm just layering, I'd say maybe about 1/8 of an inch over the end part, like this. And I'm just going to hang on to this part while I slip the ribbon through. And I'll do that all the way around. And I'm pulling taut as I go. Going a little bit downwards at an angle. Because See, I want the pattern of the snowflakes to show. It's so pretty. Covering it up at an angle at about 1/8 of an inch at the end, roughly. And I'm pulling taut as I'm going along. There we go. I love this ribbon. Okay. And I'm going back on her site to see if there is a different color in this same pattern too. I mean, I know that there's pink, but I'm going to check to see if there's any other colors as well. Okay, so now we're kind of at the end part here, and that is where it snaps shut. So I'm just going around like this, and I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue here, a little stripe right at the bottom, and I'm just going to pull this over, and I'm going to hold it until that stays, and I feel like I can let go of it, and then I'm just going to cut it off right here. And I'm not worried about this part because we're going to cover that up with a bow. That will be at the bottom. Okay. Alright. So I'm just going to come in with my little precision scissors and snip that off. Alright. And of course that's the bottom. So now you have to look at it and decide which side you want to do. Or which side you want to be your front side. Now if you notice, there's a little piece here that I missed. And so because of that, I think I'm going to come in with this little piece here and just kind of, just at the edge here, kind of wrap it around. Because it's going to be covered with a bow anyway. And that's okay that I make mistakes like this, because then you can see what not to do. And this will be at the bottom anyway. So I'm just going to wrap this around once. I'm going to hold it, and then I will snip it off. So you have to be careful when you come to the end and make sure everything's covered. Now, if I wanted to, I could have come back and just left it open like that and then just covered it up with a bow, but I like everything to be finished. So this will be the back part anyway. I liked this part as the front. Okay, and this is the bottom part that we will be placing the bow on. Alright, so with that said, I'm going to put a thin line of hot glue around this photo, and I'm going to place this on like this, making sure that this is at the bottom of the photo. Okay? Now the easiest way to do it, I found, was just to do this, just a thin line right at the back, all the way around, and that's where this little Surebonder comes in handy because it can make some really narrow lines. Okay, so I'm just going to press it on there. Okay, looks good. All right. So then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my Americana triple thick, and I'm going to put just a few drizzles, not a whole lot. I'm going to rub it around like this, the card. Alright. And then I'm going to come in with Debbie's beautiful 70 grit German glass glitter in the clear. And I'm just going to sprinkle a fair amount. Just turn it around like this so you get some on the edges there too. Okay. Now when this dries, it'll be beautiful. Okay. So now I'm going to let this dry thoroughly, and then I'll be back and I'll show you how to do the rest. Okay, so as you can see, this is completely dry. It's really pretty. So the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to place a glue-on bail on the back, like this. Make sure it's even with where you're going to put the bow, okay, down here. And then I'll show you what we'll do from there, but for now, let's glue this on. I'm putting a tiny dab of E6000, and then I'm coming in with a dot of hot glue just to hold it into place. And it's best if you lay this down like so and then set this, because then you can tell exactly where you want that bail to go. Okay, so about like that. And I'm not worried at all about anything oozing out of the back, because we're going to cover up this part with felt. And we're going to cover right over the bail. So I'm not worried about that part. So I'm going to just allow this to dry. And when it's completely dry, we'll put the felt on. And I'll put the little ribbon on with a little extra something. And you'll see what that is. And at the very end, I think I'm going to show you how to make that little bow, even though I have a tutorial on it already, because it might help some of you guys. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so just like the photo, we're going to trace around the outside of the ring onto some stiff white felt. And you see, it's nice and stiff. Don't get the adhesive kind. Get the kind that's just plain white stiff felt. You can find it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any craft store. Doesn't matter if one side is sparkly, okay? So this is just a little scrap piece. And I'm taking my mechanical pencil and tracing around the outside, like so. And then I'm just going to kind of rough cut this out so I don't have all this excess hanging. Okay, so now I can just cut this out on the line. I like the stiff felt because it cuts so nicely. I just go fairly slowly. Like that. See? So now I have to place this on here, and as you can see, it kind of goes to the edge there. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to shave some off, which is what I did with the last ornament that I did. So I'm just going to shave a hair off, following this same circle all the way around. Okay, see, I shaved some of this off. So let's see how this looks. Pretty good. I think that will do. Yeah. Alright, so just going to take some hot glue, put it around just the edge. You don't need to put any hot glue in the middle. And I'm just placing this right over the bail. Kind of pinching it there. Make sure it covers it. Like so. And if you want to go back and trim this up, you certainly can. If you want to go back in and shave off the sides, it's probably best to do it with a pair of detail scissors or precision scissors. But you can do that. You can just lean your scissors right against the ornament itself right here, and then just go all the way around to make sure that you have it as close as you can to the edge, all the way around. See if my scissors grab any here. No, so this looks pretty good then, I think, because it would be grabbing onto something, so that looks pretty good. And I think it looks good on the sides too, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to brush this away and get this beautiful chain that Donna sent me. Okay, so on this little bow that I made, I thought it would be really pretty to take some of this lovely rhinestone chain and put some of that chain just right here in the middle, just to make it really pretty. Now I'm just going to wrap it from the top to the bottom. I'm not going to place any in the back because I want this to remain flat to glue onto projects. If I wrapped this all the way around, it would be bulky in the back and it would be difficult to lay flat. So I'm just going to start by squirting some at the top, some hot glue, and this is the Gorilla Glue hot glue, and I found mine at Walmart where the hot glue guns are. So I'm just going to let that set right here for a moment. Put a very narrow stripe down the middle. Wrap that on around. And wouldn't these be pretty little bows to make if you're in a swap? You can put like 6 to a card, or even if you want to make these for craft shows and card them that way. So I'm going to put a little bit here at the bottom as well and wrap that around. Then I'm going to cut it off right about here with my wire cutters. No, don't do that. Okay. There we go. Really cute. Alright, it's nice and blingy in the middle. And see, there's nothing on the back. Alright, so I'm going to put some hot glue here. And I'm going to be generous about it. And then I'm just going to hold this onto the bottom of the wreath until it grabs. Let me blow on it. Okay. All right. And so now the only thing we have left to do is to slip a cord through here. And just for the heck of it, even though I already made another tutorial on how to make these bows, I'll show you how to do it at the end of this video too. And you can watch both of them. One is with a narrow edge right here, and my other tutorial is with a wide edge and also a little bit wider ribbon. So, and I'll make sure and put a little thumbnail at the end of my video where you can just click on it and it'll take you right to that other tutorial. So stick with me and we'll do this, and I'll show you how to make one of these little bows. Okay, so I'm just going to slip this narrow 1/8 inch red ribbon through here, and I'm just going to tie this in a real quick knot at the top, overhand knot. I'm going to pull this really tight and cut this at an angle. Okay, and there we have our beautiful little ornament. And this is the other one here that I made as well, only I used flowers here. So I thought they turned out really pretty, and I hope you give this a try. You could also use family photos. That would be really fun to do as well. So stay tuned, and I will show you how to make this little bow right here. Okay, to make this bow, this is 7/8 of an inch wide, and it is wire ribbon, as you can see. It's the narrow edge. So since I made this bow a little bit smaller than my last video, I'm going to measure out about 10 inches instead of the 12 inches that I measured out on my other tutorial. Okay. Alright. You're going to need a piece of tinsel stem, and this is just about 3 inches long or so. Now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold this over and this over, just like this. And you're going to try to make it as even as you can. It's not going to be perfect, but as even as you can. Alright. So you're going to hold it like this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my finger here and then let go of this one temporarily. Now I'm going to take the bottom part and between my thumb and my index finger, I'm going to push it up. See how that looks? Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, right here in the middle. Going to bend this upwards. Now it looks pretty icky right now, this bow, but believe me, it'll look nice. So So you're going to take your little piece of, got some felt on there. So you're going to take your pencil stem and just fold it back a little bit and give it a twist, just enough to hold this so you can make any adjustments that you need with the ribbon. See, it's just holding it on. So when you think you like it about where it is, then you go back here again and you twist tighter. And this will really hold it. Just keep twisting. Okay, so now it's nice and snug in the middle and it's not going anywhere. Okay, so now the only thing you have to do is just open this up with your finger, like that, and take your scissors and just make a little cut like this at a slant. And then on the back, I'm going to cut this off. And then just kind of bend this down like this, press this down. And then there we go. We just kind of fluff the bow up. And of course, if you want to hot glue this beautiful rhinestone chain in the middle here, like I showed you, you can do that as well. But this is pretty much it. It's kind of a smaller bow for the smaller wreath. When I say smaller wreath, I mean the ones that are ribbon wrapped. The ones that are big and fluffy, you'll probably need a little larger bow, but this is just perfect for this. So I hope you enjoyed this and that you've learned something today, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.